Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in to a bullet journal with me for the month of July. In the meantime, while I'm getting all my stuff, grab some tea, grab some coffee so you can join me and we can bullet journal together. I really had a lot of fun bullet journaling for July, and I'm hoping for this to be a little bit more of a chatty bullet journal aside from just walking you through what I do. So I really hope you enjoy. So I really did not have any idea of what I wanted to do for my bullet journal this month, but I was chatting with a friend. My friend's name is Bea, and basically I was just like, I don't know what to do, and we started like brainstorming together. I was like looking at stuff online, and I didn't want to do just one kind of thing, and I finally saw this jar with like this honeycomb. So it was like with peaches, I think, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cute, but I didn't obviously want to do the same exact theme as somebody else, so I changed it up. I added some bees, I added a bunch of different fruit like strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and I also think I added a cherry. So this was a lot of fun for me to like go out of my comfort zone. Honestly, this is probably the most colorful bullet journal theme I've ever done before. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this bullet journal and going through with it, and I really hope you enjoy seeing all the different colors and how it comes together. I think it comes together really well, if I may humbly say so. So June as a month was super crazy for me. Even like the end of, what was it, April? Yeah, the end of April was super crazy too, and the beginning and end of June, all of June. It was super crazy. It was just a lot with my schedule, like change for my sleeping with Ramadan, because I was fasting the whole month, and that's for Islam because I'm a Muslim, and yeah, we have to fast from dawn till dusk. But yeah, that really threw off my sleeping schedule a lot. It didn't work out. It was really like hard for me to just deal with that. Mentally, I felt really bad about it, but I also wanted to make sure to keep my grades up too and to keep working hard. It was definitely a lot to deal with by the end of the term. And moving on with that, there's been so many social justice movements and everything, and I feel like it's so important for like people of color and white people to be allies to the black community, because if we don't speak up and they're the only ones speaking up for themselves, that doesn't make sense. And I also think it's sort of really problematic that people keep like calling out black influencers are like, hey, you should be speaking up about this. Like, y'all, they live through this every single day. I don't know, I just feel like they're entitled to not having to speak up, but that's my 2 cents. It doesn't show as much through the video as much as it does in person, because I didn't like go over it twice or anything. I just did like simple writing. I wanted it to be very like low effort because I didn't want to go over that kind of text again and again. I think it turned out cute, like the label. I end up doing this black background with white writing again and again throughout this spread, but coloring the honeycomb and coloring in everything else, surprisingly my bullet journal held up really well. I feel like the only time my bullet journal really struggled to hold up with the coloring was when I was blending with my Tombow markers, and I honestly didn't even know where I was going with the blending. It was my first time blending, and I did it directly in my bullet journal. So yeah, I ended up definitely using maybe a little too much of like the blender. Maybe it was a little too watery. I don't know. Comment below and like let me know how to properly blend with the Tombow marker, because I think I struggled with it. Anyway, I really like how the honey turned out. I ended up adding 2 different yellows in. So I used my hard tip yellow Tombow Fudonosuke pen, and I also ended up using the really bright yellow from my Bright Palette dual brush pen from Tombow as well. So I feel like that gave it. I ended up adding some details in the bee's wings to give it a little bit more of like a cute look, but also like a little bit of a realistic look. And I know that I was erasing with the pencil. I've been erasing with the pencil for God knows how long. My goodness, I really need to like get myself an eraser. It's one thing I just absolutely refuse to buy because I only use pens, and the only time I ever use like a pencil is to sketch out my bullet journal. So that's why I haven't been actually buying a separate eraser. But yeah, I really enjoyed like seeing the spread come together. Once I added color to the fruit, it was a whole game changer. And for the strawberry, I think a big difference is like adding white into the different seeds, so it gives it like a pinkish hue because the white isn't as opaque, at least for my pen. So I still didn't mind that. I thought it was pretty cute. And I did end up checking if it was like bleeding through a lot, because I colored over it with like multiple pens. I used like a hard tip Fudenosuke and the dual brush pens to like give the color like dimension and depth. So yeah, and this is right here where I try to blend, and I'm just blending on top of my dual brush pen case. And I know, like, you can call me ratchet if you want, I don't care, but this is just what I had to do because I don't have like anything separate to blend it on. But yeah, I was struggling to get like a cute color for the cherry because I was trying to blend it out with my finger too. I wanted it to get like a deep maroony color but also still have like the pink hue in it, so it was a little hard to get that, but I think it ended up looking cute by the end of it. So I let that look like a little bit of shine on the cherry. So I really enjoyed coloring in the fruits and seeing it come together full circle. I think adding the white highlights and the gray drop shadow really brought this spread together a lot. At least for me, I feel like on camera it didn't add as much of like a pop. Like, I couldn't even pop. But yeah, you know, like, I just feel like it looks so much better now. Yeah, now I'm just adding a few last touches to the spread, and we're gonna move on to my goals page, I guess. So for this page, I'm setting up my July goals. I'm including a section for mind, body, soul, and spiritual. So I'm gonna try to like read a little bit, or like at least listen to my audiobook, try to work out a little bit more, get back into my routine, make sure I take care of myself, and continue connecting spiritually. I'm doing a lot of that on Instagram if you want to follow me there at NiaImranLife. But yeah, to decorate this spread, I'm just adding some honeycombs and continuing with the dual tone honey look with the different yellows. And then the bottom of it has the honeycomb stick thing with the bee and some fruit, which I think really tied the goal page and the cover page together. I think the bright fruit looks super, super cute on both pages, and I just love how these two pages turned out. I continued to layer the different markers and shading the same way I did on the cover page. So I figured I don't really have to go into that and explain it. So yeah. I think adding the white details for the seeds for the strawberry really adds dimension to the strawberry and makes it pop, especially smudging the white jelly roll a little bit to add a little bit of a highlight to the fruit. Makes it look so much better, especially for the cover page and the goal page, because those are usually where I put the most detail into my spreads. And now for the tracker for July. This is my first time I've ever also incorporated a mood tracker of this kind. I always do the ones where you have to like color them in and draw out a bunch of one kind of motif. So this one's a very different take, and I put a lot less habits as well. So I'm going in, making this border brown and using black on top to line out the days of the week and the dates, as well as this next section for the mood, which is why it's much thinner. Cover page to double check what the month of July starts, so that I could start writing this part out as well. And then I section it off so that I can write down the different habits I want to track and the different moods I want to track as well. So after I cleaned up the brown part with boxing it off, I outlined everything and made sure to add some motifs at the bottom of the page too, because I felt like it looked a little bit empty there. So I added some bees and some sunflowers, which is a new kind of doodle for this spread. I feel like I've been struggling with my overall productivity, and mind you, I'm a very productive person and I'm highly motivated and constantly positive, uplifted thinking, yada yada, all of that, but lately I've been struggling with that, and I feel like that's really normal. So this is me saying that if you're also struggling with it, give yourself grace. It's okay to have a bum day. It's okay for you to not do something super productive, for you to not get a lot done. Like, that's really normal. So I just want to put that out there, that give yourself grace, be kind to yourself. We in the middle of a pandemic, and especially if like you're at a loss of job, somebody in your family lost their job, somebody you know has been affected by the pandemic, like, or you yourself have been affected. Like, there's a lot of things going on. So I really hope that you're staying strong, and this is me sending love to you. But yeah, aside from that, I only listed 6 habits, and then I put different moods, and I really tried to be as descriptive as I could, because I always feel like mood trackers are so ambiguous, which is why I always end up leaving them unfilled. So I'm really hoping that it'll help me out this month. And the next spread is my July fave spread. This is supposed to be a pretty simple spread to be cohesive. Any favorite song, any favorite the quotes, anything favorite, something that I really liked, a moment that was my favorite. I think I would just include anything there. So I forgot to add my seeds, and this page was looking a little bland, so I added a bee freehand into it, and I'm just gonna end up adding a little border to it, and that's it for this spread. I felt like I needed to add a little detail to the little border, so I added a bow, and now we're moving on to the gratitude log. In the gratitude log, all I'm really going to do is numerically add 1 through 31 for all the days of the month down the page, and write one thing or multiple things, whatever fits in that line, so that I can reflect on something positive every day. At the end of the page, I'm adding this quote or whatever saying I've thought of that would just focus on the sweet stuff, and I added another honeycomb stick thing. I really need to learn what the name of this thing is, with some honey dripping off of it. I kept it pretty simple, and the dates do intersect with my drawing, but I'm just gonna end up writing over it. I don't really mind. So I thought it would just really incorporate it into the spread more if it's overlapping where the handwriting is going to be. But I make sure the handwriting doesn't come over my actual quote. So I think it ended up really cute for this part. and I'm pretty excited to continue looking at this spread whenever I visit it for gratitude. The next spread I have is my weekly spread, and for this one I honestly don't even know if I'm going to use it, how much I'm going to use it. That's why I tried to make it like simple, not taking up too much space. If anything, maybe I'll do like simple journaling here about my thoughts for the day. But I just added these like, I don't know, honey jars inspired by Winnie the Pooh. So, but my bee I ended up freehanding because I had extra space, and it sort of looks like a wasp to me. It has a really long body, so I don't know, but I ended up going with the spread. I thought it was pretty cute. I ended up adding different colors to all of the honey jars. So I had some honey on the top, and each of the labels will have the day of the week in it, which I think ends up looking pretty cute overall. So I'm wrapping up the spread by adding the days of the week to each of the jars, and that's about it for these. Oh yeah, I'm adding the date as well as the day. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our flip through. I want to really thank you guys for going through and watching the whole video with me. If you ended up getting to this point, I want you to comment honeybee down in the comments so I know that you reached this point. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed bullet journaling with me, or just chilling with me and going through all this time. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.